Like, and you see things like the white party be there, and then they have Lil Baby like in a sandwich. Like they're hugging him from the front and the back and stuff.
Baby is absolutely one of the best human beings in the planet. We're at a party, everyone's drunk. It's a 13-hour party. People drink a lot of alcohol.
Bro, it's 100 people at the party. We in the middle of 100 people. There's nothing weird we could be doing in a party.
What if one of hip hop's biggest stars wasn't calling the shots anymore? What if the very image fans fell in love with was being reshaped behind the scenes by billionaires and secret parties? That's the storm swirling around Lil Baby right now. And according to 50 Cent, it all traces back to one shocking event: Michael Rubin's infamous White Party. For years, Lil Baby stood out as different. No tattoos, no gimmicks, and a clean image that set him apart from his peers. He proudly told interviewers he'd never ink his body, claiming he had bigger plans for the future and didn't want to be branded as just another thug rapper. That decision became part of his identity, until suddenly, everything changed. In 2025, Lil Baby debuted his very first tattoos. Not on his arms or chest like most artists, but boldly across his thighs. 90s Baby stretched across one leg, with another cryptic design labeled CBFW running down the other. Fans were shocked. This wasn't the Lil Baby they knew. But what really set the internet on fire was how he revealed them. During a performance, Baby hit the stage in short shorts, a pink belt, and a tank top, far removed from his usual street-inspired style. He lifted his shorts again and again to show off the thigh tattoos, leaving fans questioning what had changed. Comment sections lit up with phrases like humiliation ritual and the industry got a hold of him. For many, it was the first real sign that something deeper was going on. That's when 50 Cent stepped in. Always unafraid to call things out, he pointed straight at Michael Rubin's White Party as the turning point. Photos had gone viral of Baby sandwiched in hugs between Rubin and NBA star Kyle Kuzma, with Rubin even grabbing him from behind. To 50, this wasn't harmless fun. It was a symbol of what happens when rappers get too close to powerful figures who may have their own agendas. The comparisons came quickly. Rubin's lavish white parties resembled the notorious all-white gatherings once thrown by Sean Diddy Combs, events that have long carried whispers of questionable behavior. For 50, the images of Baby being embraced at Rubin's mansion were proof that history was repeating itself. But Lil Baby wasn't silent. On Lil Yachty's podcast, he admitted the memes and comments hurt him deeply. He even forced Rubin to pull hours of security camera footage to prove nothing shady happened. Yet, he stood firm in defending Rubin, calling him a super great influence in his life, a defense that only fueled more suspicion among fans. The controversy didn't stop there. A private jet video of Baby and Rubin joking about the situation only made things worse. Their stiff laughter and awkward chemistry left viewers convinced that something wasn't right. Instead of easing the backlash, it deepened the mystery. Michael Rubin himself brushed it all off, calling the photos ridiculous and blaming alcohol and long parties for the optics. But critics pointed out similar moments with other rappers, like Meek Mill being filmed bunny hopping across a tennis court while Rubin barked orders, a scene many found humiliating. The question now lingers: is Lil Baby's transformation really just personal growth, or has the price of industry access become too high? For fans, it feels like the rapper they knew has been replaced, not by choice, but by influence. And if 50 Cent is right, Michael Rubin's parties might be the reason why Lil Baby once built his brand on being different. Unlike nearly every rapper in the game, he had zero tattoos. It wasn't just an aesthetic choice, it was part of his strategy. In countless interviews, he explained he wanted to keep his image clean for future business moves. "I know I'm going to have something to do when I get older," he said, distancing himself from stereotypes that plagued so many of his peers. Fast forward to 2025, and fans were stunned. Baby proudly showed off thigh tattoos that read 90s Baby alongside a mysterious CBFW design. The shock wasn't just the ink, it was the location: his thighs. For a man who had resisted tattoos his entire career, it felt like a deliberate break from the very principles he once defended. But the controversy really erupted when he hit the stage in shorts and a tank top, pulling up his pants repeatedly to highlight the tattoos. The internet exploded. Fans flooded the comments with messages like "humiliation ritual complete" And the industry finally got him. The Lil Baby they admired for standing his ground suddenly looked like a different person altogether. That's when 50 Cent entered the conversation. He connected the dots back to Michael Rubin's White Party, the lavish Hamptons event known for drawing celebrities like Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Kim Kardashian, and Tom Brady. At that 2023 gathering, viral photos showed Baby locked in hugs with Rubin and NBA player Kyle Kuzma. One image in particular of Rubin hugging Baby from behind sparked nonstop speculation. 50 didn't mince words. Reposting the photos, he wrote, "This is why I don't go to them puffy-type parties. Get off my young man." To him, the photos weren't just awkward moments, but signs of deeper industry manipulation. His warning drew eerie parallels to Diddy's infamous parties in the 90s and 2000s, gatherings long rumored to blur the lines between networking and exploitation. Lil Baby, however, pushed back. He explained on Lil Yachty's podcast that the memes bothered him deeply, admitting he even had Rubin pull security footage from his home cameras to prove nothing inappropriate happened. Still, he stood by Rubin, calling him a major influence and a positive figure in his life. But even Baby's attempts to clear the air backfired. A video surfaced of him and Rubin on a private jet, joking about the controversy. The stiff laughter and forced camaraderie only added fuel to the fire, with fans convinced the rapper was under some kind of pressure. Meanwhile, Rubin dismissed the entire uproar as ridiculous, chalking it up to alcohol and party antics caught at the wrong moment. Yet critics pointed out the pattern. Rubin has been filmed with other rappers in situations that raised eyebrows, most notoriously with Meek Mill, who was caught bunny hopping across a tennis court while Rubin barked orders like a coach. Meek brushed it off as a lost bet, but the optics unsettled fans who saw shades of something more degrading. Lil Baby's refusal to get tattoos had always set him apart. In interviews, he said it was a business decision, a way to protect his brand long-term and avoid being boxed into stereotypes. It became part of who he was, the rapper with no ink, focused on legacy, not trends. But in 2025, all of that came crashing down. For the first time, Baby revealed bold tattoos on his thighs. 90s Baby inked across one leg and a strange CBFW design down the other. Fans were stunned. The Lil Baby who once stood firm had reversed one of his most defining choices. Then came the performance that set the internet ablaze. Wearing short shorts and a pink belt, Baby repeatedly pulled up his outfit to show the tattoos. It wasn't just the ink, it was the way he showcased it. Comment sections exploded with accusations of humiliation rituals and claims that the industry had finally gotten to him. 50 Cent wasted no time connecting the dots. He pointed back to 2023, when Michael Rubin hosted his all-white Hamptons party, the event where everything allegedly began to shift. Photos from the party showed Lil Baby sandwiched between Rubin and NBA star Kyle Kuzma in a group hug, and another picture revealed Rubin hugging Baby from behind in a way fans described as far too familiar. To 50, these weren't harmless photos. They were symbols. Posting them online, he warned, "This is why I don't go to them puffy parties. Get off my young man." By referencing Sean Diddy Combs, 50 linked Rubin's events to the long-standing rumors about Diddy's infamous parties. Gatherings whispered to involve humiliation, exploitation, and control. Lil Baby fought back against the rumors. On Lil Yachty's podcast, he admitted the memes deeply bothered him, even pushing Rubin to release security footage from his home to prove nothing inappropriate happened. Still, his defense didn't erase the images already burned into the internet's memory. Baby even insisted Rubin was a positive influence, calling him a super great influence on his life. But instead of putting the controversy to rest, things escalated. A private jet video of Baby and Rubin joking about the rumors felt awkward and forced, convincing fans there was more beneath the surface. Meanwhile, Rubin himself dismissed the scandal as absurd, blaming alcohol and long parties for the optics. Yet critics couldn't ignore the pattern. Rubin's relationship with rappers often raised questions. The most infamous example came when Meek Mill was filmed bunny hopping across a tennis court while Rubin barked orders. Meek claimed it was just a lost bet, but fans saw humiliation, a white billionaire making a black rapper perform like a child. The optics were impossible to separate from America's darker history. But all of that flipped in 2025. The rapper shocked the world with his first tattoos, not on his arms, not on his chest, but boldly across his thighs. 90s Baby across one leg, a strange CBFW running down the other. For fans, the message was clear. Something about Lil Baby had changed, and it didn't feel natural. Then came the performance that took things over the edge. Wearing short shorts and a pink belt, Baby repeatedly lifted his outfit to display his tattoos. Fans weren't impressed. They weren't celebrating his new style. They were worried. Comment after comment spoke of rituals, control, and industry strings being pulled. Lil Baby, though, defended himself. On Lil Yachty's podcast, he admitted the memes stung deeply, so much that he had Rubin dig into home security footage just to prove the photos weren't what people thought. But even as he cleared his name, he refused to criticize Rubin. Instead, he praised him as a powerful and positive influence in his career. Now, the question isn't just about Lil Baby's tattoos. It's about control, about influence, about whether rappers are being reshaped to fit the desires of billionaires who sit outside hip-hop but wield enormous power within it. Lil Baby's transformation might be personal choice. Or, as fans and 50 Cent suspect, it might be the cost of admission into an elite circle where authenticity is sacrificed for access.